Alright, yo, what's up guys? My name is Rams. I'm a professional Rocket League coach for the team Top Blokes in RLCSX, and welcome to my video series called Why You Should Support, talking about all the top teams in EU and NA, focusing on EU right now, talking about all the best qualities, making you have some insight into whether you should support them or not, talking about all things gameplay, you know, content-wise, player-wise, and just understanding the team. Last video we covered Team BDS, who are currently probably the most dominant team in Europe right now, but the next we're going to talk about another team that's been pretty dominant, and that is Team Vitality.
Virtuoso qui est battu, il ne faut plus que la balle touche le sol. Il était battu, let's go! Avec le but à 0 secondes, on avait besoin de ça.
Il gagne quasiment tous ses duels. Alpha 54 est là derrière, la passe pour Fairypeak et ce missile téléguidé aura du poteau.
Team Vitality is a French powerhouse including Alpha 54, Kaydop and Fairypeak, all three players that could be considered one of the best in the world, and they have kind of had that level of performance throughout this season and previous season that they've been together. So let's talk about just a second how Renault Vitality at the time, now Team Vitality, came to be in RLCS. They originally picked up an RLCS roster containing Freaky, Pashy and Fairypeak. Two Germans, one French players, but being a French organization, they decided to slowly shift towards having an all-French team. They picked up Kaydop and now they've picked up Alpha 54. Since they picked up that original roster of Fairy, Freaky and Pashy, they have been at the top. They've been considerably one of the best, if not the best team in their entire span of being in Rocket League esports, which is kind of crazy to think about considering how much teams dip and fall. They've been close to the top, if not the best team, the entire time. Let's talk about the players individually just a second. So the first one we could probably talk about is Kaydop. So Kaydop is a player that has been around in the scene dating back all the way to Season 2, where he played on Precision Z alongside Skyline and Siki, two players who have now retired. But Kaydop has been at the top since then and hasn't really faltered. In fact, after that season, he joined Mocket alongside Fairypeak and Mystic, and they got all the way to the grand finals, just narrowly missing out on winning the world championship. Then the season after, he joins Galeforce Esports alongside Turbo Pulsar and Violent Panda. And that team, they kind of won some things. That team that team was considered the most dominant team in RLCS history. They just won everything, and that team was looked at in fear by everyone else. That was like the giant titan in all of Rocket League at the time, and Kaydop was a huge factor in that. He was considered one of the best players in the world, definitely one of the best strikers in the world, and always has been. And as a result, he's had a massive kind of weight around his name in the Rocket League scene for a long time. But Kaydop isn't just a pure Rocket League player and great striker, he's also pretty funny in terms of content. If you've ever seen one of his streams, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He generally streams in French, but even as a non-French speaking viewer, you could probably understand and enjoy the funny moments. But I'll leave a little clip here of when he had to do a full English stream, and here are just some of the funny moments that he had there.
Hello to everyone on the stream. How are you doing today? Hello everyone. What's up everybody? Thank you for being here. It's really appreciated. So the objective of the stream, everyone, is to sorry. Focus. Today the objective is to sorry there is a lot of people here. So the objective of the stream today is to not speak one word from my original country. Sorry. So it will be not hard because I will prove to the world that English is my second, maybe first language.
The next player I want to talk about is going to be Fairypeak. All those times he was playing Batmobile back... this is pointless. Let me start this one again. I went off track. The next player I want to talk about is Fairypeak, who, like I said, had started in the scene alongside Kaydop and Mystic for Mocket in Season 3, getting all the way to the grand finals, and since then he's been considered one of the best, if not the best at times, in his RLCS career. Fairypeak is a dominant, I think would be safe to say the most dominant 1v1 player in the history of the 1v1 scene. I don't think there's ever been a player he's not been able to beat. Obviously series go back and forth, but he's always the one that's been able to come out on top. And he's even had one of the most iconic moments in history where he was 2 goals down against Khalid, who's been one of the best 1v1 players in the world, and types in the chat, be careful. And then ties up the game and wins it with 0 seconds in game 7 or something crazy like that. It was incredible. One of the most iconic moments in 1v1 history. And Fairypeak has just consistently been one of the best players. Even now, people look at him and he's kind of gone a little bit under the radar since the BDS dominance and everything, but I don't think he'd fall out of anyone's top 5 in Europe, for example. I think he's definitely up there, and it's crazy to think about that. He's had this level of consistency and growth through his entire career, as much like Kaydop did. And the last player I want to talk about is Alpha54. Alpha54 is a mechanical monster. He has been considered one of the best mechanical players in Rocket League since he shot to fame through FC Barcelona when they qualified as Savage into RLCS, and then they qualified for LAN straight up. He has been incredible. He just kept getting better and better and better. He then left Barcelona, joined TSM, and on TSM they had a bit of a faltering season, nothing too significant. They ended up having to fight for their spot in RLCS, but then after that Team Vitality came knocking and they brought him along for the roster, swapping him out from Scrub Killer to Alpha54, and I guess kind of the rest is history. They've been crazy good. I consider that he's going to keep getting better, and that's a scary thought. The one thing that's super interesting about this Team Vitality is the dynamic of the team. They're all really good friends, and you can kind of see it on the pitch because the synergy and the like kind of level of fun they play with on the pitch means that, you know, whereas some teams might take it seriously and they might play a little bit more disciplined, they kind of just have fun. They're 3 top quality players having fun together whilst competing at a high level, and I don't think you'll find anything much better than that. You think back to some iconic basketball teams where there's a group of friends playing and it's just very good, very high level. This is exactly what Renault Vitality have brought to the table with this roster. And like I said, all 3 players are French, so if you are a French Rocket League fan, Renault Vitality are definitely going to be your guys. They're the best all French team in Rocket League. Outside of that, you could probably look at Team BDS, who's been the other team, 2 French, 1 Spanish. But the fact that Renault Vitality, Team Vitality I should say, is an all French organization as well, it's definitely like a massive powerhouse for French. But I mean, if you're a French Rocket League fan, I don't think I really need to explain to you who Team Vitality are, and you're probably already a part of them. But if you're not, they have a massive family of supporters, and it'd be 100% a good choice for you to join them.
Il est contre une première fois. Alpha 54 en transition. Il n'y aura personne pour le reprendre. Yukio. Le duel avec Alpha 54 qui est remporté par le joueur de Vitality. Jesse peut-être qui va essayer de passer. Oh, il est tout raté. Ouais, allez, c'est maintenant. Oh, le mauvais clear de Jesse.
Libérer l'espace. Oh, la magnifique passe de Kaydop. Alpha qui feinte. Alpha qui feinte. Alpha qui feinte. Qui détruit toute cette défense, évidemment. Le striker de Vitality, le voltigeur. Alpha qui a démoli tous ses adversaires les uns après les autres pour l'ouverture.
That's all I really need to say about this team. If I'm honest with you, I think this would be a perfect choice for you, especially if you're a French-speaking player or fan of Rocket League. It's kind of like a no-brainer for you. Anyone else, if you like the idea of how they're the high-level chemistry and they're just all a bunch of friends, or the longevity of all their careers and how they've consistently improved and always been close to the top, or maybe you're just a fan of simple things like their logo or the play styles, simple things like that are all going to be contributors in helping you decide who you should support. But if Team Vitality has been the one that you want to support, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing plenty more. Comment down below if you want me to talk about the next team or who you want to be the next team. My initial plan was, you know, we're talking about Team BDS here, then we're talking about Renault Vitality, and the next team happens to be my team, which is Top Blokes. So I'm super excited to start producing that one as well. And I think that's all I really need to talk about. So thank you guys for watching, and peace.